Guys, I just wanted to give you guys an update before I head to bed. But so today was my third day of work, and like I'm not feeling this job at all. Like I already been applied to other jobs. I'm waiting to hear back from them and all types of stuff. I did get rejected at some jobs and all types of stuff, but I know there's a better job out there for me. It's just not this one. This is just temporary, and it's just crazy because literally 98% of the people there are Hispanic. There's nothing wrong with Hispanic people. It's just the people I work with, it's hard to communicate with them, right? Because all day in the kitchen they're speaking Spanish. There's a couple people who speak some English, right? And like my boss being one of them, and then there's another girl that's, I guess, under her or something like that. I don't really know her role, but she speaks English too. And tell me why I caught them, because I know a little, like, certain words and stuff in Spanish. So tell me why I caught them talking about me in front of me, but they were speaking Spanish. Why not speak English if you're talking about me? They were talking about how I'll be off at the time I was going to be off or whatever. And I was like, why? If it was that simple, why didn't she just say, hey, I'm about to leave at this time, and then Bayan's going to be off at this time, whatever. Told the person that was going to be in charge after she left. So I'm like, why? If it was that simple, if the boss was going to leave before me, and she wanted to let the second person know that was going to be in charge when she left, why couldn't she have just said that in English? I mean, like, if there was nothing to it besides, oh, Bayan's going to be here till 4 today, blah, 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 or 4:30, whatever time that I was expected to leave today, why not just say that, right? Or she could have even been like, hey, yeah, you can talk to her when I leave because she'll be in charge. You can tell her when you're going to be off. Simple. But no, there's more to it than that. That's why they don't want to tell me. Because they think they're being slick by talking in Spanish around me all day, and then getting irritated because I don't understand them. Like, there was a couple instances today that bothered me. So that other girl, I don't know her name really, but because they're not like the type of people that introduce themselves. They kind of just like talk amongst themselves, and then if they don't want to, like, do a certain task or whatever, everybody does the tasks that we're supposed to, kind of, but the boss is more lenient with everybody else, because I don't know if they're all related. I don't know if they just know each other really well. I don't know if it's just because the culture or the fact that they all speak Spanish. So I don't know what the case is, but she's very relaxed with these people, and it's crazy because they do a whole lot of stuff. Anywho, what was I saying? Anywho, so one point in time today, I was helping out in drive-through, right? I've been doing a little bit of everything lately, especially today. So I was helping out in drive-through with that one girl that, I don't know what her title is exactly. I think she's an assistant manager. Anywho, I was helping out and stuff. I was bringing people up, in the drive-through and cashing them out and giving them their food. And tell me why. So she was doing, like, bringing the food to me or the drinks to me so I can give them to the people. Tell me why she brought me food and drink and then told me, okay, this is this car. I was like, okay, the one that's coming up? Okay, yeah. So thank God I read the screen back to the customer, because if I hadn't, I would have given them the wrong order. Then they would have had to make it in the kitchen again. They would have all been pissed off. So tell me why. I was like, okay, so I told the customer, is this your order? They said no. So I told her, I said, well, why you tell me, I gave the person the right order, but I was like, why did you tell me this one was this car's? And because, she was wrong. I was like, okay, like, you told me this was this car, but it's not. She's like, okay, well, give them the right order then. I was like, what the hell? Like, who the hell she thinks she is? First of all, talking to me like that. Second of all, it was your mistake. But of course, if I had given it to that customer, they wouldn't have gotten mad at her, no matter what I would have said. If I would have been like, well, she told me to give it to them, they would have had an attitude and talk amongst themselves in Spanish and made the order again and then got complained, they would have complained to me, or not to me, but about me. So it's like, what the heck? I don't understand that, first of all. And then second of all, there's actually a couple instances that pissed me off today. And I'm just venting. I'm just ranting right now. But these are certain things. I'm not just being finding reasons to not like my jobs. I literally, if anybody worked at these places I worked at, where I specifically have worked at, they would not tolerate these things. But right now, I haven't found a second job yet, or a better job yet. Hasn't came my way yet, and I know it will. But I'm waiting, and so I'm just, waiting until that comes up, and then gonna do that, whatever the other job may be. But I'm definitely leaving this job. Okay, so let me tell y'all about another instance today. Tell me why my manager had told me to go, sweep and mop the bathrooms, all that type of stuff. So tell me why I went. The girls' bathroom was everything. I did all that. It was good. I went to the boys' bathroom, right? There's only one stall, and then one, the stand-up where you pee standing up. There's one of those, and then there's one regular stall with the toilet seat and everything. Tell me why when I go into the toilet seat thing, it's backed up. Literally. With doo-doo in it, with toilet paper in it, everything. Thank God it didn't overflow all the way to the floor. Because that would have been disgusting. I would not have cleaned that up. I don't even know how long it's been like that. Because literally, I went in at 11. So it could have been way before that. It could have been after I was there. I don't know. Anywho, nobody had told me anything about it, right? And so I told my manager, I was like, hey, this toilet is backed up. She's like, okay, plunge it, I was like, okay. So I went, got the plunger that was there. Tell me why this stupid plunger is the worst you can have. It has handles, first of all. It has handles that you like. It's kind of like a pogo stick almost, right? But it's a plunger. So you push it in. Tell me why I pushed it into the toilet, right? And then it folded in. Like where it was like, it folded in where it made like a little bowl almost, right? I was like, what the heck? So, and then I try to push more into the toilet. Nothing was plunging. Then I had to pop it back into place where normally, like the normal way the plunger is. And then plunge again. And then do the same thing. And it kept messing up. So I was getting frustrated. I was like, okay, first of all, it ain't even plunging. Second of all, when I try to flush it and everything, it wouldn't go down. It just back up more. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to flush it no more because I don't want it to overflow. So I went, told my manager, said, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. She told one of the guys, co-workers, hey, can you check it out, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, yeah, it's backed up. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So then they were talking about me right there in front of me, in the front. And tell me why they were like, my manager said this in English, just fine. Told him, hey, maybe you should teach Bayon how to plunge a toilet. Maybe she doesn't know how to plunge one. Like, first of all, don't be condescending to me. Because, first of all, I know how to use a plunger. And she wasn't saying it in a way like, in a way where somebody would be like, okay, I didn't know if you did or didn't know how to use a plunger. She said it in a very sarcastic, like, condescending way, belittling way. She said that right in front of me, and I was like, actually, I do know how to use a toilet plunger. I said, but this is the way it's going, like the way I just explained to you guys how it would pop back up. It wouldn't actually plunge and nothing would go down. So I told her, I said, I know how to plunge a toilet. I said, but that plunger does not work the way it's supposed to. And also, you can go try it yourself if you don't think I know how to use it. And she didn't say nothing. She just, talked in Spanish to her little people. Then nobody went and fixed it at all. Not even until I left my shift. Like all the way up until I left my shift. Nobody even fixed it. And I told her. I told the guy. I told her. I told the other girl. And everybody was just like, oh, okay. And then there was a kid that needed to use the bathroom, and he told his mom, like, hey, the toilet's backed up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix it right now. We'll get on it. And he ended up using the girls' bathroom. It's so crazy. Like, these people do not go and try to actually solve the problem. They literally will stand around when there's no customers, no drive-through people. They'll stand around, talk, laugh, not feel nothing, go in the back, chill, be on their phone, like all types of stuff. But supposedly, the higher-up manager, above my manager, checks the cameras all day. She complained about the shoes I had on a day before, even though they were black. I guess she zoomed in on my shoes and was like, oh, they're not all black. They have a little bit of white in them. First of all, and I thought everybody was supposed to wear all black clothes, like black pants, black shoes. Nope. Some of the females wear jeans, light jeans, dark jeans, all types of stuff. So why y'all telling me this, but y'all being picky? Because the higher up manager is also Hispanic. So it's like they're all, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but they're all like work together, and it's like, but y'all trying to team up against me for what? Like, it's crazy. I know I'm ranting a lot, but that was another instance that pissed me off today. Like, don't be condescending. Don't be talking to me like I'm stupid or I don't know what I'm doing. First of all. And then she didn't even go check the problem to try to fix it herself. Because she knew dang well if she went and tried to fix it, it would not have went down. I would have stood there and watched her do it. So I could have told her exactly like I told you, it wouldn't go down. Like, don't be trying to talk about me when you ain't even going to fix the problem. Third of all, what's the third thing that happened? I don't know. There'll be a lot of stuff that be happening. Oh, the salt and fries thing. So there was a customer that, didn't want salted fries. So they have to make them and then set them aside in the basket so we can scoop them up before they add them to the salted fries. So I told him, I was like, oh, I'm waiting on no salt fries. Tell me why. They took them out, put them in the basket, left them there. I said, are these the non-salted fries? They looked at me, the people that do the food, that make the food and stuff. Tell me, yeah, whatever. Okay, so I put them into a little fry container, put them on the lady's tray because she sat in to eat, gave it to her, and then she came back. Because, no, she had a meal and the person she was with had a meal. Hers was non-salted, his was salted. Okay, so I put the fries on there, right? No, I did it the second time. My boss did her fry the first time because I watched her do it. She gave her the fries, the non-salted, supposedly non-salted fries. She brought it back and told me, these are not the ones I ordered. I said, okay, well, let me get you some new ones. So I told them again, I said, hey, I need some non-salted fries, blah, blah, blah. They made them, put them out there. I asked them, hey, this was my turn this time. I said, are these the non-salted fries? They looked at me, the people in the back. Yeah, okay. I scooped them up, put them in, gave it to her. My boss was like, oh, why are you giving her fries, non-salted fries? I already gave it to her. I said, because she told me that they were salted, and so I gave her new ones. Because, you're supposed to correct it. So, and I said, these people over here, the ones that made the fries, told me they were non-salted fries. She's like, Bayon, you got to pay attention, blah, 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 like, talking crap. Like, why are you talking to me like that? It's not my mistake if they're telling me, yeah, these are not the, these are the non-salted fries, and it's for her, for the customer, and I put them on her tray for her to eat. They need to learn how to communicate, because she's like, oh, okay, you gotta pay attention. Look at this order. This is what's next. First of all, and I hate it. This is one of my pet peeves. They don't clear the screen all the time when it's supposed to be cleared, so I know which order we're working on. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, what the heck? Like, where am I at? And all the old tickets will pop up. You have to take them off like one at a time, and then they'll keep popping up. And they've already been through all those people, all those customers, and they don't tell me nothing. So it's like, what the heck? Like, your communication is bad. I hate places where they're bad at communicating. Like, especially a drive-through, like a fast food, because they have like a certain time limit. They have to do everything, and it's just like annoying. Cause like she was like, oh well, why do that was $3 and change worth of fries that my boss had told me this. There's $3 and change worth of fries that she didn't need that she already got. Tell me why the person that ordered was related to her. First of all, because she went and sat down with them, talked to them. They've been coming in every day since I've been working. And I'm like, who are they? I didn't ask her because it's not my business. But it's like, dang. Like, so why don't you tell them? If they, your people, why don't you tell them, hey, I already gave you a fry. I'm not going to give you another one. Technically, she could say that. I can't say that to the customer. Because, supposed to have it your way. So they supposed to get it. If they complain and stuff, they supposed to still get what they want. Even if it came out, extra money, whatever. And tell me why later on, I told her, I said, hey, this person changed their order after I bring them all the way out, cashed them out and everything. They ordered some meals and then told me, oh, I want a medium instead. Medium meal. I said, okay. So I told her, I said, hey, I need you to come. I told my manager, come here. I need you to fix this because I can't go back into it. I can't override anything. So I was like, I don't even have clock-in numbers. Like, that's how crazy that is. But I told her, I said, hey, I need you to come over here and, like, refund this and let me fix it and stuff. She was like, oh, just go ahead and give them the medium drink and, medium stuff. I was like, okay, I get, like, all right, I'll do that. But it's like, why were you just complaining about fries, but a large drink is a difference than a small drink? Like, what the heck? Or a medium drink, whatever. Medium, there's a price difference between medium drink and a small drink. So you didn't complain about that. Because I asked you to come fix it and you didn't feel like coming and fixing it and refunding the money and doing all that. I still gave them their right change as if, they paid for the small. They wanted a medium after I cashed them out. And it's like, okay. So you didn't have a problem with that, but then you complain about fries that you gave them first. You gave the lady the fries first time. And then she came back and I had to correct and give her the second time fries. But your people that are working for you are not communicating with me correctly. Them looking at me and saying, yeah, and shaking their head, I'm going to assume that's the correct thing. Don't complain to me. Because I told her, I said, I don't speak Spanish. I don't know what they're saying. Like, besides the yeah. Like, there's customers that came in today, literally right off the bat started speaking Spanish ordering. And I'm looking at them like, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. And then I have to call one of them up. Like, hey, can y'all take the order? Because I don't know what they're saying. So then they'll complain. They'll huff and puff. They'll come over here, do the order, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's all that's not needed, first of all. And I don't know why people assume when they come in, because some of them do speak English, but they'll start off speaking Spanish because they assume I'm Hispanic. And I'm not. People shouldn't assume that you're something you're not. Like, I get that a lot. People all automatically start speaking Spanish to me. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. If I do know a little bit of what they're saying, I'll conversate like a couple words, but I really don't know what, like, all of Spanish. I used to know Spanish back in the day. I took Spanish classes, but I forgot a lot of it. Like, I didn't refresh my mind after all these years to, like, learn it more and more. I do have another language I speak fluently. So it's like, I don't know. But I'm getting tired of these people. Because they irritate me. Their communication is bad. They talk a lot of crap in Spanish. They just do a lot of annoying stuff. Like, they're not in no way, like, professional. They're not no way. Like, they could be cool, relaxed, having fun. but they're not that way. They do it amongst themselves, and then they act really awkward. Like, they don't conversate like, hey, how are you doing? How's your day? Nothing like that. They literally do that amongst themselves. But then when it comes to me being there, it's like I feel so odd. Feel the odd one out. Even when I try to, like, do my job, they not communicate with me because they act like I'm just stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. First of all, I'm new. I mean, I used to work in Burger King a long time ago. But I haven't in a long time. And then the other fast food restaurants I had worked at gave me time to learn, and I got really good at it after some time. I picked up quickly. So it's like, but they're all a little bit different, like Subway is different because you have to actually make it as they're telling you, which is so much easier for me. I don't make the food at Burger King right now at this moment, but I know it's not hard, like putting stuff in the bag, but you gotta put the right order in. You gotta communicate with your, coworkers and stuff like that. And if they're not communicating with you right, you're gonna mess up a lot. And then if you're new and you don't understand like where everything is on the screen, it's gonna take you a second to look for it, right? Like, I practice when there's not people there, just looking at the screen, messing around with it and stuff. But at the same time, when you're under pressure and people are actually there waiting in line and they're changing things, they're asking you questions, I'm still new. I don't know all that. So it's like, okay, I gotta ask somebody, then they have an attitude problem with me because I'm asking them a question. Obviously, they know I'm new, just like anybody else that would be new. But like, it's crazy because I'm pretty sure, like, fairly sure, that the new people that they hire that are Hispanic as well, they won't have a lot of issues with them because they'll probably be helpful, not be irritated with them because they're new and learning and they don't know what they're doing. Like, they're not gonna act all like how they do with me, and that's annoying. It's like, what's the point of you guys saying I'm a team lead, but y'all ain't even allowing me to be in that position to do anything? Like, to me, that don't make sense. I feel like just another team member. So if that's the case, then let me know that. Don't tell me I'm something else if I'm not. And then don't tell me. And then even if I was a team lead, most of y'all don't understand me. So how am I going to communicate with y'all and tell y'all, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we should be doing, who's doing this, who's doing that? It won't matter. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of negativities about the job. I don't even know what positivity would be. Honestly. I'm grateful and still thankful I still have a job at this point because there's a lot of people worse off. And I know I'm better than a Burger King. But I'm not too good to be not humbled and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to not have a job just because, like I'm too good for a fast food. No, everybody got to start somewhere. I've worked at plenty of jobs I did not like, and they're not beneath me. Like, I'm gonna work. I'm gonna make some money. So it's like, it's not my passion. Obviously, like, I want to like what I do. I want to enjoy what I do. But I haven't found that yet, and I haven't had the opportunity to do that. I haven't, besides YouTube, actually. But, like, I enjoy doing it. But I also know, like, I'm not at the point. I'm not even monetized yet. So I'm not at the point where I could be relaxed and not work another job. I have to work another job. Because that's the way of living, Like, I'm not monetized. I'm not making any money on YouTube yet at all. Even if I started making money, unless it was consistent, good money on YouTube, I probably will still want get a second job or third job or whatever. Like, I just think it's smarter that way. Because you never know when one thing messes up or one thing, doesn't work out, then you're stuck with one thing. I don't want to be just doing, like, I don't know. But y'all get what I'm saying. Anywho, sorry for talking your ear off before bed if you watched it before bed. But I just had a lot on my mind, a lot on my chest that was heavy on me, that irritated me. And I wanted to vent to you guys and before I went to sleep so I could release all this negativity, all this energy, and just pray that pray for me that I find a better job, that God will put the right, not even job, but right career, entrepreneurship, job, whatever you want to call it, passion, calling, purpose in front of me, and I will know it, and I will feel secure, and I will feel blessed, and I will feel grateful. I will feel not stressed, like stressed and overwhelmed and irritated and hurting. My feet hurt really bad, my back hurt, like I want to be enjoying what I do in life. I want to love it. I want to make a difference. I want to also obviously make a living, but it's just like I haven't found that yet. And I know I like helping people. I know all that type of stuff. It's just a lot. Y'all don't even know the half of what I go through. And I know a lot of you guys go through a lot worse. A lot of you guys are, dealing with your own issues and stuff like that too. So I understand. But you guys don't know a lot about my life, what I deal with each and every day. And maybe at some point I'll share that with you guys, but it's a lot. So that's why I am the way I am. That's why I talk the way I do. And that's why I act the way I do. I don't know how to explain that. But anyways, good night. See you guys tomorrow. If I do post something tomorrow. But anyways, enjoy your night and be safe out there. And see you guys in another video. Bye.